All right, let's do the Friday night breakdown of the Radford and Giles game, which was a much better outcome than the Blacksburg game last week. I thought our defense played exceptional tonight. Radford's first drive, they scored, and things didn't look too good, but our defense really, I thought, settled down. They had a good flow to the game as the game went on. We blitzed a lot. We got pressure, I think, on every pass play that Radford dropped back to pass. We had numerous sacks. I think we had 3 sacks in a row at one time. Just an outstanding performance, I think, for the most part. You boys got to play like that the rest of the season. It was y'all played hard. Seemed like y'all had some fire in your belly. They didn't have much of a running game at all, but when they did run the ball, you shut them down. You broke up several passes. Had number 2 had a nice interception. Number 8, Cooper Ballstick, I think he played a well of a game tonight on defense. Had some good. He's been in the backfield all night long. It seemed like. I think I could be wrong. I think he had 2 sacks and another one almost was a sack. But I know the one sack, which seemed like it was, I could be wrong, like a delayed blitz. That's what several of us thought. That's what it looked like from us. But it was a beautiful play. And, he really took the quarterback out. I think he really, really showed up tonight. Those couple hits on the quarterback were beautiful. Like I said, you went through with a tackle. It was perfect timing. It wasn't a penalty, which is so easy to get called now when you hit a quarterback. You really disrupted the game. The whole defense played good. The whole front line, the linebackers, they blitzed. It was just pressure constantly. I'm probably going to forget some people. I got to look some names. Number 51, Tyler Stafford, you played a well of game tonight too. You was in the backfield all night long on defense as well. It just outstanding performance by our defense. We covered the pass fairly well. We had some breakdowns, but much better than last week, and just continue to progress. And y'all have a lot of potential. Just keep working, sticking together. Like I said before, you got to defend your house and make their house your house. I think y'all did a pretty good job that tonight. You made Radford's house your house from basically probably midway from the first quarter on. I thought both sides of the ball pretty much dominated. I'm trying to think. I'm just, for me personally, I'm overjoyed with the pressure we got on the quarterback. Like I said, we kind of kept them on their heels all night. It felt like when we played defense. I'm probably forgetting something. But I want to call out these few players, and this is taking nothing away from any of the others. They all played really, really good ball tonight. Anybody's at the game seen that and realizes that. Anybody that wasn't, you missed a pretty darn good performance by our defense. Our offense, we started out a little slow. Antonio, first drive, fumbled the ball. But I'm going to tell you, Antonio, that might have been your best game I've seen you play ever, to be perfectly honest. But for me, that I've seen you play. You ran hard. I see you doing, little cutbacks. Wasn't much there. I see your feet moving and cut back. Like I said, I thought you hit the hole really well. You played a well of a ball game on offense. You really did. Like I said, them guys did not want to tackle you by the fourth quarter. Jalen Miller, you bring the ball hard. Our wing backs ran the ball hard. I know. I'm sorry if I don't mention your name. And our before I get back to the running backs, I want to give our line a big shout out. Now, I did see some pancake blocks tonight. And I see not a lot of pancake blocks, but you were moving these people out of the way. You were moving them down the field. You were wearing that defense out, and by the fourth quarter, that was old Spartan football. You all were just pounding, and wearing them out. The pass blocking, for the most part, I thought was really good. I'm telling you, I thought you did a really good job passing the ball, finding people. I mean, the only flaw I can think of, and now off the top of my head, was one time you kind of threw in double coverage, whatever, off your back foot. But, you can't really complain about that, about how you played tonight. But, I mean, you get that down pat when you really step into a pass. You could be something very special passing the ball as well. Receivers did a great job catching the ball, getting yards after catch. Antonio stretching the ball over the goal line, that one play. Just overall a really good performance, I thought. Like I said, it was a kind of old style Spartan football, especially as the game went on. The coaches could tell, I think the players could tell Radford was wearing out. They did not want to have our running backs because every one of them ran hard to have their hands on the ball. When the receivers caught the ball, they didn't just go down, they ran hard, they fought for extra yardage. Very good performance. I mean, very good. You all should be very proud of yourself. I'll kind of go back and forth from offense and defense. Like I said, defense, there was, especially in the second half, there was some really good hits. Radford, was coming across the middle, catching passes. Some really, really good hits. One did kind of get away from us when they scored a touchdown on a pass. It seemed like it kind of went between two of our defenders. You can't get a penalty, of course, but you're right there. Rack him up, make them think. Like I said, I like to fire on both sides of the ball. Seem like much more fired up this week, much more sure of yourself, and this is what continues through the whole season. You're going to face much better teams than Radford, probably in our own district, especially you get to Whitful and Grayson. But you all have so much potential, and so far you all can go and build on. So keep pushing, keep fighting. That offensive line, that felt pretty good to move them guys out of the way, didn't it? And to dump some on their backs. I know it really felt good being an ex-lineman. Loved doing that stuff. I did notice 55, I think, for Radford, a linebacker. He was getting some shots in there, I think, pushed people's heads down and so forth. And I don't know what 51 did after the end. I think he grabbed his foot or something, and he was whining about something after he, cheap shot at half the night. But to me, you all proved your point. You all did some shoving and some things during the game. Didn't get a penalty. It wasn't too much, but you let them know, hey, you're not going to push us around, and that's what you all need to do the rest of the year. Don't let anyone push you around. You all are brothers. You all are family on that football field. Whether you don't like each other, outside the football field, that's when you all get worked out, what you need to do. But on that football field, you all need to be a family, you need to be brothers, take up for each other, fight for each other, not necessarily get penalties, but stand up each other and let the other team know you're not going to push us around, you're not going to walk all over us. Even if you beat us, you are not going to walk all over us. So, really good. Continue to progress on that, which, I'm sure the coaches will continue to stress that. But like I said, if you didn't get to see our defense play phenomenal, especially from week 1 to week 2. But you got to continue to progress, not degress. You all, haven't accomplished anything yet. You've won one game. So don't let it get to your head. Keep pushing forward and keep getting better, because you all have such an upside to get better. And by the end of the season, if you all keep going up, you all are going to be such a force. And I'm telling you, if you keep getting better, teams come playoff time are not going to want to face you all. The defense has to play like that every week. Even somebody different stepping up. I think if y'all keep bringing the blitz, even different places, different people, keep those teams off balance on offense, you make a huge difference. But defense night, just defensive line and when the linebackers blitz, y'all did awesome. Like I said, I thought Boston played a well of a game. 51 played a well of a game. But I don't want anybody to think that I'm forgetting you. Don't think you played a great game, because I think the whole defense played really good, and you all were hitting people. Offense, like I said, the offensive line, as the game wore out Radford's defense. They did not want to tackle us. They did not really want to tackle our receivers here when they caught the ball. But you don't need to continue to play like that. You need to continue. The coaches are going to work on it, but you players, you got to continue working on your passing game. Work on it before practice, after practice, whatever you need to do. You get your passing game down with your running game. It keeps improving. Again, hard to handle as the season wears on and come playoff time. The playoff picture, as early as it is in the season, really, in my opinion, kind of starts next week, because Grundy is not directly, I guess you say, in our playoff path, but we could face them, unless they've moved again, I'm not sure, down the road in the playoffs. So, like I said, that's going to play a role, so it starts next week. Keep improving. Keep improving that passing game, that pass blocking. Like I said, Antonio, I think you're doing good. I think coaches will work with you good. Keep working on staying on your feet, driving into that ball when you're throwing it. If you do that and you keep running the way you ran tonight, you are going to be a beast. You're going to be a beast. And if your mom watches this, anybody else, don't take this the wrong way. I think tonight you seem like you really growed into your role and growed into what a Giles running back kind of looked like. So keep progressing on that. Same thing with Miller and everybody else that runs the ball. I can't think of a wingback's name right now or his number. So he ran the ball phenomenally too. So, I mean, we got a good backfield. We got several good backs. But, you guys keep getting after it. You linemen. Like I said last week, you had your flag during your pictures, something pancake. I need to go back and look and see what it said. Continue to prove on that. And just remember, you have to bring it if you want to be called that, or whatever it was, whatever you want to call yourself now. You got to do it every week. It can't be 1 week. Keep listening to your coaches. Keep getting better. Y'all have a lot of potential. A lot of potential. Some things to address, I think, that needs improvement. Our special teams has got to improve. Kickoff coverage. We shouldn't necessarily. Some people you don't want kickoff to. They're just that fast and that good. But we can't let just anybody return the ball some of the yardage they got. You got to fill your lanes. Bust somebody. Breathe a wedge breaker or whatever they have now. You got to make your tackles. Go down there hell bent and knock the crap out of whoever's running that football. Knock the ball loose. And some of these guys, I still know tonight why we kicked off. Maybe because we thought we had the game in hand, so we kicked off. But why we kicked off deep to the return guy, I should have just kicked it out of bounds the way the defense was playing, give him the ball at the 35, and rolled with it there, or squib kicked it. Because we kick it deep and he runs it all the way back. Of course, then our defense stepped up, our offense stepped up the next series and moved the ball, and our defense kept shutting them down. So they didn't really get no momentum going, which was, again, great. I don't know what is still progressing as far as our field goal team, extra point team. I know, I can't think of his name. Tickle, number 13, I had to look. His kicks looked a lot smoother. I thought tonight warming up, so I think that's getting better. I know they've had people out there, working with them. And it's definitely paying off, I think. Just keep working, man. I think by the season end, you keep working, keep pushing, you might be a hot bear kicker on what you think you are. Now, I'm not sure. I know a normal snapper don't snap. They haven't been, as far as I know. Don't snap on extra points and field goals. And I think we had somebody different snapping tonight. I don't know how much they did it. Not that they did bad, but I think they just need more practice because they probably don't do it a whole lot. So I think it's something definitely needs to be worked on in case a normal snapper gets hurt or can't play. We definitely need a backup in that area. So, like I said, that's just practice and timing. Don't beat yourself up. You had a bad night. Now, for the individual, I'm not going to bring their name up because, like I said, I don't know exactly 100% if what I heard is right. But if it is, you apparently threw a tantrum last week during the Blacksburg game, and you got, I guess you call it, suspended this game. That sucks because you're a big part of this team, and you need to stay with this team and keep working. You're a big part of this team. And if you do normally snap the ball, then you've seen tonight how big a deal it is, and they could have really used you. But if what happened what I heard, then I applaud Sam Wright and any other coaches who might have done it who decided, hey, you're not playing tonight for your actions. In the past several years, that would not have happened. But doing what you did, person suspended, take it as a learning experience. I don't think none of the coaches, whoever decided to do it, which I assume was Sam, was trying to hurt you. They was trying to prove a point. You're not above the team, but you're a big part of the team. Grow from it. You have a lot of potential too. And like I said, you're a huge part of the team, I feel. But it could have hurt the team tonight. Just everybody needs to watch what you do. Don't do, you get frustrated, you get mad, but don't do stupid stuff where you may not get to play the next week, because it not only hurts you, but it hurts the team, because it's a team sport, not a you sport. So like I said, you all have a good bunch. You still have a lot of work to do, a lot of work to get better. You'll play better teams in Radford, I feel, I really do. But you have the potential there to do a lot of good things, I still think the pass is going to open up so much for us. I thought our coaches called a brilliant game tonight, offense and defense. I thought Steve called an excellent game, and I know he realized, and the coaches in the box, I'm sure, was telling them. You can see it from the stands. I know they see it, that Radford's defense was wearing down, and they called run, Spartan football, old time Spartan football. But guys, I'm not going to keep going on. I said there's not much there to say bad tonight. Just don't think you're better than anybody else. You have a long way to go. The top of the mountain's there for you if you keep improving. But every one of you has got to want it. Every one of you linemen have got to play the rest of the season like you all played tonight, and better. My opinion, focus every single play on pancaking somebody, putting them on their back. But if you can't, I thought you did great tonight. You were screening them off. You were moving them. Running backs, continue to run the way you're running. You ran tonight. You ran really hard. Pass blocking, keep your pass blocking up. On your passing, don't be afraid to throw underneath to a short pass and let him get wherever yards he can get it. You may have another play to do more next time. But keep working. Keep doing what you're doing. Listen to your coaches. I know it can be a pain in the butt sometimes to listen to them. But, listen to them. Take criticism for what it is. They're not telling you that to try to embarrass you, hurt you. They're telling you, hey, you did this wrong so you can get better. They want you to win. I thought the fan turnout tonight was very good. And I hope the fans continue to do that all season. And the players, it helps the players. Guys, you got a lot of ball left to play. Some good teams coming up. Like I said, take each practice, each week to improve. You got a taste of what it's like beating a decent football team tonight. And you all have a lot of room to improve. So just look at the upside of that. If you all keep improving where you will probably be at. Anyway, I won't go on. Let's congratulate you guys, congratulate the coaches. Well called ball game, both sides of the ball, I thought. The worst thing, like I said, I could say as far as any call at all was kicking the ball off to where the guy could return it. So that's not bad considering all the plays that were called. Like I said, pass defense still needs some work. The rush was excellent. If you keep getting that every week or close to it, it'll pay a lot of big dividends. Like I said, offensive line, do what you did tonight. If you can do that, like I said last year, I'll say this year, you linemen, we win or lose because of you all, not the running backs, because of you all. You open the holes. Way them back guys are running that football, they'll hit those holes, but it's up to you to make the holes for the guys. Same thing on defense, defensive linemen. It's your guys to clog those holes up. If you can't make a tackle or a sack or whatever, clog the holes up. Let your linebackers and people flow to the ball. That breath, you linebackers in the secondary, you got to flow to the ball. Not you didn't tonight. You just got to continue to do it. And I'll say again, you guys on the sideline, you see a run or a pass, holler out there, let them know. I don't know, ask the coach if he's okay with you all doing that. I mean, I wouldn't think he'd have a problem with it. Because you all still can play a role on that sideline helping your defense out. But anyway, great game tonight, guys. You looked really good on both sides of the ball. Great play calling, I thought, by the coaches. Going to practice on Monday, work to get better. And just, in my opinion, the playoff run starts this next week. So, keep fighting, boys. Great job tonight. Congratulations. Again, congratulations to our offensive line, which dominated, I thought, the game. Our running backs were running hard as they did. The receivers were catching everything, it seemed like, and getting extra yardage. Defensive line and linebackers that were blitzing or just straight up rushing, y'all did a great job tackling the running backs, getting pressure all night. Except for a couple of plays, the secondary played really well. You were putting hits on people. So overall, coaches may totally disagree with me, but I think they will tell you there's a lot of room for improvement. Don't get satisfied. But great game tonight. I know all Giles fans are proud of you. I'm proud of you how you played, whether it means anything or not. Keep up. Loved watching the game tonight. And anyway, I better stop now before I keep going on. But great job. See y'all next week on the breakdown.